The two strongest people in this world are Minecraft Steve and me. One question remains unanswered though. Which one of us is stronger? I've devised a series of challenges that put me up against the otherworldly feats of Steve to truly determine which one of us stands supreme. Without further ado, let's dive in. Going into this challenge, I picked 5 measurable traits that Steve exhibits in-game. For the more complex ones, I had to do a few calculations, but I'm a math teacher, so that wasn't a big deal to me at all. Our 5 competitions are going to be sprinting, breath holding, lifting, jumping, and rowing. Keep in mind that all of these predictions are being made before calculating Steve's stats, so I haven't looked at any of the numbers yet myself. This is purely just guesses. Of the 5 categories, I'm expecting to win breath holding and jumping. On the other hand, Steve is probably going to beat me when it comes to strength and rowing. My optimistic toss-up is sprinting, since his food meter heavily limits his stamina, but with that being said, I'm a gym bro, so my stamina is also heavily limited as well. Finally, one additional note for the sake of fairness is that Steve appears to accomplish all of his feats while wearing jeans and a blue t-shirt. As much as I hate the idea of exercising in jeans, I'm not about to win on an unfair advantage, so I'll be donning the same wardrobe. On that same train of thought, all PEPs, performance enhancing potions, are banned on Steve's end. There will be absolutely no usage of water breathing potions, speed, strength, or jump boost as well. With all of that taken care of, let the games begin. The first category up is sprinting, and before going any further here, we need to establish 2 numbers. First, we need to know how fast Steve is, and second, we need to know how long he can sprint for. While I'm sure these numbers already exist out there, I thought it'd be way more interesting to calculate them myself, so let's go ahead and get into them. To find his running speed, I set up this 20 block track. Since we know that blocks are 1 cubic meter, that makes our track 20 meters long, or 65.5 feet. It took Steve 3.76 seconds to run the track, giving him a speed of 12 miles an hour. That is literally the exact speed you need to run a 5-minute mile, and for reference, the fastest mile that I've ever ran was 7 minutes, and that was also half a year ago. I really haven't run it all since. After that, I tested how long Steve can run for, before giving into exhaustion and slow into a walk. After eating a steak to make sure his hunger bar was full, I found that Steve could run in a straight line for 2 minutes and 24 seconds before coming down to a walk. That might not seem like a lot of time, but at Steve's speed being 12 miles an hour, I would be running half a mile to match that pace. In order to declare myself the superior speedster, I need to run at 12 miles an hour for over 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Testing out the speed on the treadmill definitely filled me with a little bit of anxiety, but I'm going to give this everything I've got. And that was literally all the energy I could give. Every second I felt like I was gonna trip, fall, and get flung off the back of the treadmill. That was horrible, plain and simple. I only made it 44 seconds, and I really underestimated how fast 12 miles an hour is. That, or maybe I'm just a bad runner, whatever. Either way, the first point goes to Steve, and it wasn't even really close. But this competition is nowhere near being over yet. I think it's time to give myself an easy one and tie things back up. If you know anything about Minecraft, you know that underwater gameplay sucks before getting Aqua Affinity and Respiration. Having Steve plunge into this river, I found that he could hold his breath for only 15 seconds before his oxygen meter was fully depleted, which is plain embarrassing. Just to give him a slight chance, I allowed him to count the entire time it takes before he dies, which is still only 27 seconds. If I manage to somehow lose this, I am just gonna delete my YouTube channel. As expected, it really wasn't bad at all. I just finished a workout before filming this, so I was already a little winded, but even then I still easily lasted for 58 seconds, meaning I went over double his time. That's my first point, putting me one step closer to victory. Things are tied. Now, I know what every single one of you guys is thinking. That I have no chance here, huh? That Steve can carry 37 stacks of gold blocks, being 2,368 blocks total. And each of those blocks is a cubic meter of gold here, weighing 42,500 pounds each. So in total, he is carrying 100,640,000 pounds of gold. Well, guess what? It's my video. I'm changing the rules. Yeah, he might say he's carrying 2,368 blocks, but you know what? You know what I see here? I think he's holding 2 blocks. And guess what? They're not even the full size of a cubic meter in his hand. They are tiny. So we're going to find the weight of those teeny tiny cubes that he has the audacity to claim are a cubic meter. By measuring the length of one of the sides and comparing it to Steve's height, which we know to be 1.875 meters, I found the side of the blocks to be 0.42 meters long. So the weight of each small cube would only be 17,850 pounds. I'm just going to stop the video real quick and be completely honest. I thought I was being smart, calculating the small size of the blocks, and that I was going to be able to deadlift that number or something. And clearly, I very incorrectly estimated this. So I'm sorry to the people who wanted to see me try to lift 17,000 pounds and break my back. But we're just going to say I lost, and then we're going to get back to the video with numbers I can at least remotely try to match. So let's get back there. After that somewhat embarrassing situation, we've got rowing next. And I'm going to do everything I can again to tie things back up here, since I had no chance last competition. Using the 20 block track again, I found that it took Steve 2.76 seconds to row 65.5 feet. That means that he's rowing at a speed of 16.2 miles per hour. And since I don't exactly have access to a boat, I decided that a rowing machine would be the best option to suffice for that. Unlike the sprinting, Steve can maintain his rowing as long as he wants since it doesn't deplete any form of stamina. For that reason, I'm going to have to be a little bit more creative when it comes to designing this challenge. I've decided that if I can row at a speed faster than Steve, regardless of how long I maintain it, that'll count as a win for me since he's physically incapable of matching it. The display options on the machine are pretty limited, but the unit I'm going to be going off of is the pace for 500 meters. Using Steve's prior stats, he can row at a pace of 1 minute and 9 seconds for 500 meters, so if I can get a pace below that, I win. Let's go ahead and get this going. I put everything I could into this, since I knew that if I lost this competition, Steve would for sure win overall. No matter how hard I went at it though, the lowest I was able to get my rowing was 1 minute and 33 seconds, meaning Steve's pace was still 24 seconds faster than mine. I would have to train for a really long time if I wanted to get remotely close to his. But I've lost. I haven't given up though. I would end this competition with honor, with pride, and I would give this last section my all. This final competition is all about jump height. While Steve is absolutely capable of jumping a block high, what a lot of people don't realize is that he can also jump a block and a trapdoor. That may seem like an insignificant change, but adding the extra 0.1875 meters on top of our 1 meter block makes it go from a 3 foot 3 inch jump to a 3 foot 11 inch jump, nearly a 4 foot jump in total. It's also important to note that Steve's running jump and stationary jump are identical, and I'm going to intend to just go at this as a stationary jump. In order for me to win this challenge, I need to make a 4 foot jump landing on my feet to beat Steve's 3 foot 11 inches, so let's just go ahead and see how this goes. Believe it or not, I have never practiced jumping. And I've never been a great jumper either. While warming up, I was able to clear the 24 inch jump with ease, and after that I was also able to get the 30 foot jump pretty comfortably. That's where my luck ended though. For whatever reason, 36 inches or 3 feet just felt absolutely impossible for me to get on top of. I tried this so many times with no luck, and at some point, it was time to accept reality. I lost. And I lost this bad. Looking back at my initial guesses, I honestly felt a little bit delusional. While holding my breath was an easy win, and I'm glad I predicted that for myself, I have no idea why I underestimated Steve's jump and overestimated my own. Even without the trapdoor included, I still couldn't have matched the block high jump. Similarly, I super underestimated his speed. In game, it just looks a lot slower when he's running. That being said, I still really enjoy doing this challenge. Almost every single competition was something I haven't done in at least a year and a half, so it really encouraged me to train a lot of those niche areas to improve my athleticism. While my main goal is primarily just muscle growth in the gym, I really wouldn't mind being more functionally fit. Steve does gain the gold medal for this year, but that doesn't mean the battle is over. I'm coming for you, Steve. The Minecraft Olympics in 2026 are going to look way different. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. At the time of writing and filming this, I had 91 subscribers and was hoping to hit 100. I actually had to re-record this end segment though, because I'm now up to 120 subs, hoping to hit 1,000 next. I've loved starting up this channel, and every single comment, like, and subscriber has meant the world to me, so thank you guys for the support, and I will see you next time. Have a good day.